Hello, hello. Hey, hey, hey. How is everybody doing? It's chilly here. It's every time I get on here, it's cold. Every time. But I did start going live in the winter, so. Hi, Starboy. How are you? How are you? Do, do, do. Can you hear me okay? Just want to make sure I'm not muted. Okay, good. So, how are you tonight? How has your day been? Oh. Hello, awesome. How are you? How is everybody today? Good, 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 good. Was it cold? Well, I'm gonna stop asking was it cold because I feel like I already know the answer. Because it's cold everywhere. And then, yes, Aysia Smiles is my channel name. So I got it, honestly. And you know, funny story, I'll tell you, is that I got that name. Well, I coined that name because of my father. He said that when he said I was the only baby he knew that would smile in her sleep, and then I would wake up smiling. So, hence the name Aysia Smiles. Got it honest. So yep, that's me. I didn't get a chance to watch any movies. Not yet. Not yet. No, it probably won't be until the weekend because I have a very full. Hello, hip hop. Yeah, I have a very full week, so I won't be able to knock any of those out just yet. But I got my list. I got my list. Let me see. I had maybe about 8. Hey, Jeff. Yeah, I think I had about 8 on my list from yesterday, so I will keep you posted. It most likely will be like, I'm going to say probably Saturday on the safe end. I had the time block, because, you know, movies is like 2 and 3 hours, right? That you gotta watch. So it's gonna take me some time. Let me see. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah. I'm trying to watch like one a week. What? Hello, Father. Hey, Noah. How are you? Oh. I'm seeing some stuff I didn't notice before. Hello, Mr. TRG. Hip hop, you are funny. Hi, good to see you. But what's in the list? Oh, the list. Okay. So last night I was asking everybody what their hey Ava. Hello, is it Gutierrez? So I was watching Goodwill Hunting, and I took a storytelling class last night. And so we talked different about the way to craft a compelling story from a movie perspective, where they broke it down into different stages and everything. But I asked everybody on the call, I said, hey, what's one of your favorite childhood movies and why? And so people started to give me their movies that they love and that they enjoyed. And so I wrote a list of them down, and I said that I would go back and read them. I'm going to go back and watch them when I got some time. But, movies are like 2 and 3 hours long. So it's going to take me a little while to get through them. But the current list that I have is Braveheart, The Accountant. I think it's Ariety, but I think that was Messiah. So I don't know about that one. One of them I can't quite pronounce, but it was on Fandango. It's Nosferatu, I think. Ponyo, The Gladiator, Indian in the Cupboard, which was an old favorite, but I hadn't seen it in a while, so I said let's go back and watch it. Of Mice and Men, Antoine Fisher, House Party is on here, The Wood, Risky Business, and Peaky Blinders. So those are that's the list. So that's a pretty extensive list. I'm gonna have to figure out how to either watch one a week or be able to see if I can block a day to just binge watch, you know. Okay, let me see. Godzilla Final Wars. Okay. And why is that your favorite? Like, what in that story did you resonate with that is your favorite? Like, what part of it did you wish that you could like bring out of yourself that was in that movie that made you feel so connected to it? Smash. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Smash. Godzilla. Final Wars. All right, Starboy. Oh, happy early birthday. Tilly Jackson. What is that about? What's Tilly Jackson about? Okay, Godzilla. Got it. I heard you. Okay, JJ says, hear me out, Carlton. But that's not a movie. That's a show. What's a movie that you like from childhood was like, hey, I love this movie. What about it resonated with you? Like, was it because most times a really good story has a beginning, middle, end, but it has a part where the main character or the hero has a problem, like they don't know how to solve, and so they have to figure out how to overcome that problem, but they don't want to overcome it, or they want to figure out how to overcome the problem and still pretend to be the same person that they've been, but they know that they can't be, and so they have to go through a point of no return where they realize, okay, you know what, I want this thing, and even though it's scary, I'm willing to go through the fear of this to get on the other side because I'm willing to do this new thing and give up the old thing. And so it's called a transformation. And after the transformation, then that's when they become the hero within themselves. It's a whole thing. Okay, let's see what you got. Poof, a geek goddess has joined the chat. Fear me. Okay. What movie did you watch? So I took a class. I'm not sure what time you jumped. Oh, that's Q. Hey, Q. So I hadn't watched any movies yet. I was still taking down notes. I'll probably watch them this weekend. I'm pretty full this week, so I have to pencil in all these movies that y'all gave me. All right, Godzilla. Okay. I know. I'm like, Godzilla. How old are you? La Troller. Return. Hi, I am Jeremiah. JJ. Okay. Toy because of nostalgia. Okay, I'm with you on that. Hey 50K. I just think no one can beat Godzilla. Okay. He's 50. Okay. American Pie, yeah. Buddy was trying to figure out how to navigate. That's true. Or what about American Pie? What's the other one that was one of my favorites. Breakfast Club. Yes. That was a good one too. I feel like I need to put that on here, even though y'all didn't request it. But that was a good movie too. Breakfast Club. And thank you for saying that. I love a good coming of age story. Those are like priceless. Cause they always work. They always fit. There's always gonna be that time that you can watch it now and you can remember at that age how you were feeling in that moment. Like we had our 20-year class reunion. I know I don't look it right. We had our 20-year class reunion last year, and there were still people 20 years later, right? There were still people who was like, well, I don't know if I want to go because I was bullied. And somebody said, they was like, well, I think I bullied people, but I'm pretty sure I didn't bully you though. But I apologize if I did. And I was like, yo, that's crazy to me. But we were literally having like it was like a kumbaya moment where, people were having those feelings and they kind of aired it out. And we had, we had like a Facebook chat and stuff. So it was interesting. And then the lady, was very hesitant. She was like, well, I don't know, my daughter's graduating. And so she started like saying stuff, kind of giving excuses of why she can't make it and stuff. And the guy mentioned 3 times, he was like, hey, I will buy your ticket. I really want you to come. And I want to say at least 4 people that I know of. And our tickets were like $110, $120 a piece. And the guys were like gifting money, like, hey, I will buy your tickets. And so there was about 4 of them who took them up on the offer. And then the lady, she just wouldn't do it. And I think it's similar to you said, like, even though that happened 20 years ago, it's still very prevalent. Like, it's still very heavy for her, I guess. So, coming of age stories are very interesting. Holes is good. We watched in school. Holes. What's Holes about? Bum, bum, bum. I love to read. Thank you, Abdul. Yes, I love to read. I am but I read like self-help, like nonfiction. I am very much a leveraging the universe, very much like Think and Grow Rich, like Neville Goddard. And I can read. I read a lot of stuff. I should ask what are y'all favorite books. Ooh, that's a good one too. What are your favorite childhood books? The Very Hungry Caterpillar is my favorite childhood book. There was one about a house, but I can't remember what it was. So we'll be those ages this year. Okay. What are you studying? I am in marketing. Like I'm a project manager by trade. I went to school for it. I got my degree in 2018 for project management. I graduated college in 2009 and then went back to school and got project management. And my specialty is in marketing. However, I always feel like you should always kind of go back to school and kind of learn or at least enhance your skills. Not necessarily that you have to go back to school per se, but always be enhancing your skill because things change over time and then people evolve and things, and in an effort to learn new marketing skills and figure out how to teach people better and stuff, you just keep learning. So I took a storytelling class because I want to get better at storytelling. And because I'm doing all these lives, right? I want to be able to speak to people. I want to have better communication skills. I want to be articulate, right? I want you to be able to understand what I'm saying. I want to be able to, have a good conversation with you and people understand what I'm saying and talking about and all that stuff. So I took a storytelling class so I can have better stories so that, I'm captivating the audience. That's what they say. All right. Hey, I enjoyed your stream last night. Thank you, Lord Calvin. Must have been preschool class. No, it was not. It was high school. I'm serious. I'm in my late 30s. My birthday will be in June and I'll be in my last 30. Well, I'm excited about it. I don't mind wisdom, so we're not going backwards, so we're good about it. Okay. Thank you, Joshua. It's cold, right? You see me ice melt. It's freezing. So I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. It snowed again today. I fell, y'all. I fell. But I don't think nobody seen me. I was with my sister. So she was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine." But yeah, it got a little icy, and I was in between the mailbox and the tree, and I was on the sidewalk. So I don't think nobody really seen me, but it's all good. It's all good. Thank you, I smile. Okay. I love to read the same topics. So many. Like, I think one of the things about when you read and you realize that the people who are wanting to go where you're headed, or they've already read the same books that you read. So as you start to continue, and here's the good thing about books is when you start to read them, they start to reference the same people that you already read in other books. You're like, oh, I remember that book. I read that book. I read that book. So one of my I have a lot of favorites, by the way. But what's his name? Oh my gosh. He talks about the financial thermostat is one of my the Secrets of a Millionaire Mind, I think. That's one of the ones I like. And so he has a lot of good tactical things that he tells you to do in there. I love reading Leveraging the Universe. That one has a lot of tactical things. Like if you're spiritual, I'm kind of woo woo. I do my affirmations and I do meditating and all that stuff. And so I like that one because it gives you practical tips and it says, hey, if this is what you want from the universe, then you write this part on this side, what you want the universe to do, and then you write your part on this side, what you gonna do, and you see how fast you get there. And it just makes so much sense because you've written it down on paper. And so the steps that you take are a lot easier than you would think. Meaning you're not you may be doing cold calls, you may be doing something outside of your comfort zone, but it doesn't mean that it has to be so extensive that it causes you to freeze and never move forward. It's like baby steps. And so I think it's sometimes like just the art of just opening the door, just stepping through that door that starts that communication and that connection, and then you can grow from there. Chronicles, that's a movie? Chronicles? I need to write me on another sheet of paper. Chronicles. Thank you, Kelvin. Okay. Ever grown a plant? Raised an animal? Do you have a cookbook? 1 cup, 2 bears. Ever grown a plant? I did. I had an avocado seed and I had grown it, and I gotta figure out what the picture of it was. But I had grown it, and so it had started taking root and stuff, and I would talk to it and everything because I realized how important it is to talk to the things that give it life, right? You have to talk to things, even if it's the banana, because you know how fast bananas die, right? But just talking into different things, give it energy, give it life. And so I had a avocado seed that I had grown and it had taken root and stuff. And then I had a vase that was like a regular size vase, but it had gotten to the part where it was so, it couldn't grow anymore. And so I moved right before I moved out of that. I lived in a house, about 3-bedroom house, and I moved about 3 weeks ago. And I buried it where the tree was that when I first moved in that house, a tree had fallen over. So I felt like it was a nice coming, like full circle type moment. So I buried it there. So we'll see what happens. I probably won't ever go back there, but if there's a tree back there, I'll know it was me. Okay. Raise an animal. I had a 16-year-old Chihuahua Jack Russell. He passed away in June of last year. But that was my baby. And then do I have a cookbook? I feel like I could have a cookbook, but I haven't made one. I'm plant-based. I don't eat a lot of I'll do dairy every now and again. But I don't do any meat. I stopped eating meat almost 3 years ago. Okay. Holes is about a guy who misbehaved a lot, so his parents sent him to a brutal camp, and they have to dig holes all day long. I know it sounds like it's boring, but it sounds like it's about to be really good. Because sometimes, like, the most just regular stories are like the most profound. So thank you for that. Okay. And then favorite distributor. That's a book. That's a movie. Favorite distributor. I gotta write. Okay. What am I? How do you do shit paper? Give me a second. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. Movies to watch. Ooh, okay. The Giver. Is that I think I'm thinking about The Go Giver. But The Giver. Okay, let me see. Favorite childhood book and the Boxcar Children. So now I gotta write a side for books and a side for movies. Wait a minute. Okay, hold on, wait. Books. Okay. The Giver. Oh, The Giver. Is The Giver a movie or is it a book? And then the Boxcar Children. I feel like I've heard that. The Boxcar Children. Boxcar Children. Okay. Hey Gil. The Hatchet and the Shiloh. Okay. And the Shiloh. Dr. Covey calls that sharpening the saw. Yeah. I've heard of Dr. Covey. What is he? I've heard that name. I don't think I've seen any of his stuff though. Dr. Covey. That sounds so familiar. I like to read. Let me see here. What am I missing? All right, Andre. Okay. Ranjan. I don't know what that means. Okay. Read the book Gangster. Okay. You're literally not the same story every 5-7 years. I feel like you change. You're always evolving. You're always changing. You're always growing. Like, you're not the same person you were 5 minutes ago because you probably learned something different, you know? Aw, thank you, Q. I love you too, Andre. Okay, let me see. You don't look a day over 25. I know. I'm about to be like, I'm 30. 38. Okay. Only 5 more years of fertility. How are you gonna spend the rest of the 5? Who said only 5 more years of fertility? I'm seeing ladies having babies in their 50s, so I don't know. I'm gonna settle down at some point. I'm gonna get these coins first. Okay, sliding around the mailbox. Is there ring footage? Huh? What you mean? What you mean, Q? It's not like an educational book. It's kind of smutty but twisted. Love and by Anna Huang, will always have my heart. Anna, is that the gangster one? These notes are coming in so fast I can't tell. Robert Kiyosaki. Yes. Yes. Rich Dad Poor Dad. Absolutely. Yes, Norton. Yes. My kind of people. Okay. All right. I could talk with you for hours. Thank you, Aysia Smiles. Yeah. Have you read Breaking the Habit by Joe? And I was just about, he was on the tip of my tongue too, Joe Dispenza. I have not, I've only think I've read one Joe Dispenza book, and I can't remember what it was. It was like 2 or 3 years ago. But he is on my, like, he's one of the people that I listen to, but I don't necessarily read books about. But if I see something on a podcast or something, then I'll watch it. I also have fallen for Jim Quick because I did not realize a friend of mine told me about Jim Quick, and so I've been listening to him lately. He's been pretty good too. And then he talks about the, cross, when you get up in the morning and how you should, wake your body up. And then he also was talking about like how to speed read and things like that. I'm not a very fast reader. I'm a very audible learner, so I listen to audible stuff, auditory learner, I should say. So I'm very much like audiobooks. However, if there's a book that I really like, then I'll buy the physical book. And I'm in 2 book clubs right now, so I have quite a bit of books in rotation that I read on a regular basis, because I think one is I can't think of the name, but I haven't got it yet. I'm still waiting on it. Somebody mentioned The Guardian Angel today. We read some biblical books, God Works Through Faith. And then one of my favorites is the 1 Minute Millionaire is one of my favorites. I probably read that every quarter. I try to read The Science of Getting Rich maybe like every 6 months or so. And then, we're talking about books. We started talking about movies. What's your favorite movie? And then what are your favorite books? Kevin, welcome to my channel, Kevin. And then, Silva's in Brazil. Okay. 12 Pillars, Jim Rohn. Ooh, you threw Jim Rohn in there. Okay, you talking my language. David Goggins. Okay. Yes. Okay. 12 Pillars. Da, 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 da. 12 Pillars, Jim Rohn. And then who's the one? Zig Ziglar. With his very thick accent. Yeah. Yeah, there's some good ones. Like, I can read so many good ones. And so we had a discussion earlier today about somebody saying they could read, 500 books and stuff in a year. It was like, you could do it, but what would you remember? Like, how do you physically remember all that information if you read 500 books in a year? They're going to start to just be, they're just going to be something you read, but you're not going to be able to comprehend. You're not going to have any nuggets. You're not going to take anything from that. So I like to take my times and go through my books, Bum, bum, bum. Do, do, do. You said how's my relationship with my father? My relationship with my father is good. I'm a daddy's girl. Let's see here. Da, da, da. Do, 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 do. Okay. Hi, 50K. For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, Kevin said, my weed grew 3 nods after I started voicing my concerns about it. In the end, they regretted it. He's so silly. Okay. Holes is like the movie Life for Kids. Is it long though? Is it really long? Like how Life was? The Giver is a book, later made into a movie. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. I knew it sounded familiar. Okay. You said Kevin said you want a movie suggestions. What roles movies? The Fisher King. So Kevin, I was asking everybody based on their experience, what was their favorite like childhood movies growing up? Like what was a movie that really stuck out to you and why? What was it that made you feel so connected to it? Because a lot of times the things that we are connected to in a movie is usually a hero when you're the hero that you didn't overcome or you were trying you felt connected to that that character in some kind of way. Oh my god, yes, Shiloh. The Hatchet and Shiloh are separate books. Okay. Oh, the Hatchet. Oh, okay. Thank you. The Hatchet and the Shiloh. The Labyrinth. I've heard of that. Uh, Labyrinth. Okay. Um, you said you fell in the snow around the mailbox. Is there So I fell between, but it wasn't my mailbox and it wasn't my tree. We were probably halfway, or maybe halfway down the street. But because it snowed yesterday, and then it settled overnight, so then it became kind of icy. But I like to walk every day. I get my awareness when I walk every day. When I say awareness, like I tell you I'm woo woo, so I listen, see things, hear things, see what God has for me, and I find money. I found money today. So here's the thing: when I fell, I was like, "Dang, what does that mean?" I feel like there's meaning in everything because nothing is a coincidence. So I said, "Okay, I fell. So what does that mean?" And then later, and I walked about 50 feet, I guess, maybe about 100 feet. Then I saw two pennies. I saw a penny that was faced up, and then like a foot later, a penny that was face down. So I said, "Oh, that's what that means. I'm about to fall into some money. The beginning is gonna be a new. It's gonna be like a new experience or a new opportunity. But I'm gonna use old tactics, and that's how I took it. So I make my own like assumptions, awareness, and I just go with it. So the reason why I fell was on purpose. That's how I took it. Okay, we can settle and get going together. Okay. Okay, let me see here. All right. Nah, twisted loves like enemies to lovers type of romance. Oh, okay. Um, 46 here, a chemist for a railroad company. The book Gangster and Behold a Pale Horse leave out the alien chapter unless you like aliens. Behold a pale horse. Behold a pale horse. Okay. Have you read any Joe Hill books? The Heart-Shaped Box is really good. Okay. The Heart-Shaped Box by Joe Hill. Okay. I got it on my list. Hi, I am lonely. We are talking about our favorite books. Do you have any book recommendations? The art. Ooh, okay. Listen. You know what about the art award? Hey, Holy Mindset. How are you? The art award is one of those books that is very. It's almost like I wish he ain't put it out there, right? I don't think that should be in circulation, if you understand what I'm saying. That book is it's a lot. It's very deep and it's very methodical. And I really think a lot of people are using that like as we speak, if you understand what I'm saying. So I'm like, ugh, okay. You gotta be careful. It's just so powerful. It's so powerful. But yes, I have read it. And it was so many different things in there that it just, I had to kind of glaze over it because it was so many different, like, powers. Like, so many arts of, the art of war. Ooh. The art of war. Or the audio was talking about. Oh, you said the art of war. Why I say the 48 Laws of Power? Is that, no? It's not the same book. That's not the same book. I don't think. Let me see. Is it by Is the art of war by the same guy? Is it Robert Greene? Is that his name? Hey, 50K. Thank you, half hawk, half man. My exercise routine includes running away from my problems really. You should be in great shape then. All that running you're doing. 50K. Where the food at? Like, for real. I am hungry, but it is literally almost 1 a.m. So it's gonna be we'll eat tomorrow. The Game of Life and How to Play It. Florence Scovel Shin. Yes. 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 That is a very good book. And see, that's one of those books that I need to get in print. I've listened to it several times on YouTube. Like, if y'all haven't listened to it, Florence Scovel Shin is really good. But she has a lot of affirmations in there. And so it's one of those books where I think I should just get the physical book so I can be able to look at the affirmations and be able to write them down. Infinite Spirit. I just wrote down one of her affirmations a couple days ago. Tell me about your woo-woo. What are some of your beliefs that aren't necessarily mainstream? So I guess one of those is like just what I was saying. Like, I feel like there's awareness everywhere. Like, everything that happens, it means something. So it's not just oh, well, that you know how that happens. No, it doesn't happen. That happened for you at that time for a reason. I used to think that, yes, the alchemist. Yes, you my people, Q. Yes. Okay. So, the four agreements, yes. I don't know about that Kai one you talked about. Where's that? Let me see. Hold on. The Kai Balian. The Four Agreements, Shoe Dog by Phil Knight. Okay. Alchemist, I love the Alchemist. What's Sangsu? Is that a book or is that in your language? I'm not sure. I'm gonna write it down just so I can look that up later. Sangsu. But to go back to your question, Q, I am. Oh, The Art of War. Okay, thank you for that. Okay. The Art of War. The Art of War by Sun Tzu. 48, yeah. Yeah, 48 hours is 48 Laws of Power was very interesting. Gotcha. Okay, thank you for that. Ice Mouth. Outwitting the Devil. Yeah, so I listened to that maybe about a year ago. No, it's been longer than that. Probably about 2 years ago now. And that one right there makes you really think about, makes you like, wow. Really? Wow. Like, if y'all haven't heard it, it's literally on YouTube. So you can just Google, you can go to YouTube and search Outwitting the Devil. It's like an audio book, but it's like was it Neville Goddard? I think it's Neville Goddard, where he has this quote unquote, like, interaction with the devil. And he, like, almost like an interview style. And he goes like, hey, how were you, how are you getting people to do what you want them to do? And the devil's like, oh, it's easy. I just talk about what they're not doing. I just talk about how bad that they're not doing this. I just play on their fears. I just play on their emotions. I get them to do whatever they want because they're already thinking it anyway. I was like, oh yeah, that's a good one. That really makes you really think about your mindset and what you're doing, because it changes your whole perspective. So like when people come to me and they say like, oh, I just can't do this, or I just can't do that, and I'm like, it's mindset. It's mindset. That victim mentality is like, that's what keeps you stuck. That's what keeps you where you are. That's your state. That's your natural state. And you have to shift that. The only person who can shift that mindset is you. And so yep. Shoe Dog is the story of the guy who created Nike. Oh, dope. How? Okay, cool. I met. This is kind of like completely different, but I did meet the gentleman who created Reebok, and I interviewed him one time. I think it's on my channel actually. I think it's on YouTube. Yeah, I think I put it on YouTube. But that was really cool. He made a $3.8 billion exit. I think he did. I think that's what he said. So yeah. So Shoe Dog, I definitely need to listen to. Oh. Okay. Self growth. Yes. Yes. Go back to the oldie book, Sounder, Old Yeller. Oh, that was a movie, right? Old Yeller. That was a good one. Even the book, The Outsiders, is better than the movie. Really? Okay, The Outsiders. People always say that the book is always better. The Outsiders. Now I still want to be a movie director though. So y'all are giving me ideas, because once I read these books, because I really feel like once you read a book, you have to put your interpretation on it, your spin on it. And so even though I still, I don't watch a lot of movies, I still want to be a movie director. But I feel like if I watch a lot of movies, then I might think that plot may have been mine, but it might have been another movie. So, Bum, bum, bum. The Power of Critical Thinking. The Subconscious Mind. Rebuild Yourself. These are all books, right? The Power of Mindset. The Power of Critical Thinking. Excuse me. The Power of Critical Thinking. The Subconscious Mind. Is that by Joe? Who's that by? Rebuild Yourself. Oh, I know that's good. The Power of Mindset. Okay. Y'all give me homework. Old Yeller, the book. Okay. Cute. The Art of Problem Solving. Okay. Hold on, wait. The Art of Problem Solving. The Art of Problem Solving. I feel like I need to read that first. Who is that by? The Art of Problem Solving? Because I feel like, I know that's going to be good. Okay. The Richest Man in Babylon. I have read that. Yes, Never Split the Difference. Okay, so the thing about Never Split the Difference, that's Chris Voss, I think, right? I started it. I just couldn't. I'm going to get back to it. I'll put it that way. But I guess maybe the dialogue, the back and forth kind of threw me off a little bit, I think, what it was. But I have started on. I finished The Richest Man in Babylon. I do think I need to go back and re-listen to it. And I think I probably listened to it right after The Alchemist, and because I love The Alchemist, I just was like, ugh, this is not the same. The Life, Power, and How to Use It. The Life, Power, and How to use it. Okay. Gotta have balance. So pimp, iceberg, slim, and okay. Okay, hold on, wait. Pimp, iceberg. But you know, you're even though I'm laughing, they're still like businessmen, right? And so I'm sure that even though it may be a different way of how to get there, I'm sure it's still a good read because they still overcame their fears. They still have that transformation. They still decided to, you know, move forward. Okay, I will put that back on my list then, since you mentioned it. Never split the difference. I know I hear about it all the time. Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. Okay. Um, Pimp is truly a classic, and it digs into the psychology and underbelly of our society. Ooh. Okay. So, Pimp, Iceberg, and the Gucci Man, those are 3 separate books, yes? I think so. Okay. Pimp. Bum, bum, bum. That is so cool. I love this. I love that y'all love to read. This is cool. Okay, Pimp, Iceberg, Slim is 1 book. Okay. I forgot the author's name. Okay, it's okay. I got it on the list. I got plenty. I'm definitely gonna read the Art of Problem Solving because that sounds good. That sounds really good. What am I reading right now? So, good question. What is on my? I'm reading The Law of, is it Power and Promise? Neville Goddard for sure. I have, what else I had on here? I'm supposed to be reading the book, the Power of Words, I think, but it's like on back. I don't know if it's back order or Smart People. Okay, hold on, wait. Smart People. It's a red book, but it's taking forever to get to me, so I had to the power not to react. Ooh, the power of not reacting. Mm. The power of not reacting. Invisible Man. That sounds good too. Invisible Man. But you asked me a good question, but I don't want to get out this app because I know it's on it's on my phone. I don't want to disappear if I try and go find it for you. Because I read about 3 or 4. And this is my old one, so it's not gonna show up on here. But yeah, so I've read House David. I have to get back on the scene. I've been hibernating. You know it's winter, right? I'll come out in the spring. You know when we do spring cleaning. I'll come out in the spring. You become what you think. I feel like I read that. You become what you think about. Is that it? You become what you think about. As a man thinketh. Is that the one you talk about? Self-confidence. Yes. Self-confidence. Woo. I'm getting sleepy. It's getting late. Okay. Self-confidence. Why have I been hibernating? So I just moved out. I think I told you that. I moved out of my house. Well, I was renting a house, and I moved out about January 3rd. I was there for like 4 years. So I'm like trying to kind of restructure. I want to restructure. I want to rebrand. I want to like, people say like take everything down to the studs and start over. That's what I want to do. He said, no, this is new to me. That's the diff. Okay, as a man thinking. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Self-confidence I wrote on here. It's more why did I move? So a couple things is why I moved. One, because my dog, you know, I felt like it was just weird to live there and not have him because I had a 3-bedroom house and it had an attic and a basement, and you know what I mean, like it was a big it was just a lot of space. Like I didn't need all that anymore, right? Because initially I got the house because in Atlanta you have to pay pet rent, and I was like, I refuse to pay pet rent. I was like, it's already, I'm in Atlanta. I'm like, rent is already up there. Then you want to pay pet rent? I was like, no. So I got the house and I was renting out the house, and then when Hurricane Helene came in, she came in with a vengeance. And I had a prior roof leak that I had called in, but they had never got to it. Hey, Antoine. And they had never got to it. And so when Hurricane Helene came in and she just sat on top of the house for a good 2 days, the ceiling caved in. And it took them a very long time for them to fix all of that. And so by the time they fixed it, it was literally like everything from inside and outside, fixing the roof and stuff. It was early December before they fixed that. And I said to myself, I wanted to move out in October, but I was like, hey, in my brain, I was like, hey, Craig, I didn't want anybody else to inherit that, even though that's not my fault, right? But I was like, if somebody's going to move into this place, I don't want them to, because it was the master bedroom. So imagine like you're enjoying yourself, you living, sleeping, and like, what is this dripping on me, right? Like, wait a minute, that's not cool. So when it caved in, thankfully I had a what you call it, car cover. I had a car cover that I used to kind of cover the bed because you could start to see it cave and stuff. So that kind of saved the furniture, if you will. But after that happened, and once they fixed it, it was like December. Oh, you remember that video, right? Because I was trying to be funny about like, this is crazy. So when they finally fixed it, the guy told me when he went up on the roof and he said, you have fairly new shingles. He said, the funny thing is, well, funny, not funny. He was like, the people who installed the shingles and stuff, pet rent is greed. Right, it's crazy. So the people who installed the shingles on the roof never sealed down the vent. So you're talking about, like the nails and stuff and then tarring around it. They never sealed it. I lived there for almost 4 years. So you could imagine how much moisture is literally in that house now. Then you had the hurricane on top of it. And it had been like that for I was like, I can't. And so now that I've been out of the house, I feel so much better. I don't know that you know what I mean? Like, it's just little stuff. But I was like, I just feel better. So, yeah. Outside of recent hibernation, why would you say that you are single? This is truly a mystery. Why am I single? I feel like I need time. I need time. I had something rather recently, maybe like October-ish, but in all my reading and all my studying, you learn people. You learn what your triggers are, you learn what their triggers are. You also learn about boundaries and whether you had them or you didn't have them, and then you realize, okay, maybe we need to start off with a clean slate. And then people are people, right? So you listen, you observe, you watch. Are they talking your language? If they say one thing and then kind of dismiss what you say, or you bring it up twice and then we just didn't mesh the same. So okay. Better and pretty. Thank you, Hassan. Okay. He did. Right. Talking about he like articles. That's not enough for me. Reading articles is not enough. There is way too much in a book that you are missing by reading articles. Articles is like Cliff Notes, right? It's not. Don't get me started, okay. Old Kid says hi. Hi. Is it hi Gil? Oh, you're back. Hey Gil. Where you been? Did you drop off for a second? Hello? Okay, there we go. Alright. Alright. What time is it? Oh my gosh, it's late. So because I'm woo-woo, I know that it's 1:10, and in 1 minute it's about to be 1:11. Oh, I love that you have like a designated reading spot. That's really cool. That's really cool. That's nice. I love that. Yeah. I like, and I've gotten, as I've gotten older, I like more physical books, but I don't necessarily like reading physical books only because attention span wise, like I still am a, I'm still a picture girly. I was like, there are no pictures in this book. Like I need something to still catch my attention when I read. So that's why I do audiobooks now, and I'm so thankful because when I was younger, ooh, 111. So when I was younger, my mother got me like Muzzy because I didn't like to read, and for a long time I didn't think I was good at it, or I didn't think that I was. Hey Craig, thank you so much. I do like horoscopes. I'll get back to that in a second. So I didn't like to read, and then once I found audiobooks, I was like, oh, it wasn't that I didn't like to read. It was more so that the format was a little off for me. So now I realize that I do like reading as long as it's in an audiobook. And then if I feel the need to get the physical book, then I'll get the physical book. And so I can do this, I can do both, right? I can listen to the audiobook and read along in the book. If it's a short book, like 100 and something pages or less, then that's fine. If it's kind of very lengthy, then it's going to feel daunting to me, and then I'm not going to want to finish it. So, you know. And then you said, do I believe in horoscopes? I do. I think that, now you let me know what you think, but I think that like when God talks about the like 7 different languages and different things like that, I almost interpret it like, everybody has something. Everybody has like the game of telephone, right? Like you have the Bible, you have astrology, you have science, you have nature, you have spirituality, you have numerology, you have like Chinese medicine. I feel like everybody got a piece of something, and all of them, in certain ways, all of them make sense. And I think that even though this one may not understand it in this language, this one knows it very well. Like when I do yoga, one of my mentors, he said, one time he said, it's amazing how many people don't know how their body works. And I thought about that, and I was like, oh my God, that is so true. Because a lot of us store our emotions right here in our core, in our belly. And so when you see people with a lot of fat around here, that muffin top that they can't get rid of, it has nothing to do with the food, but you've eaten food to try to hide your feelings, but it just shows right here, and that's why you can't get rid of it. It's only until you do the inner work and work on that stuff, then then all of the muffin top and stuff falls away because you've done the inner work. So it's just interesting about how much your body holds your trauma. There's a book where the body keeps the score and stuff. Yeah, so it's interesting. So I think they're all a collective. So if there's something that I'm looking for that I can't find, like in the Bible, or something that's going on in my like day-to-day life, then I'll look to numerology, then I'll look to astrology, then I'll look to meditation, I look to manifestation. So I feel like there is always an avenue that you can look to be able to get the answer that you're looking for. And then that's why I'm always journaling, I'm always asking for guidance. And the interesting thing is, the more that that's why I'm always walking, looking for awareness, because when I walk and I see things stick out to me, and then I journal and I ask for guidance, they almost show up almost instantly. Not in the way that I think, but it's almost like a little whisper that I hear. So It's just interesting. Life itself is much a better book. It's a much better book. Yes, things happen in a New York minute. Yes, they do. And we lose people we never thought we would lose. And the manner of how we lose them. Yes, Ice Mouth, that is so true. I used to commute an hour and a half. I had Audible on Smash. And back when I used to do the same thing. I could listen to a book a week just back and forth in the drive time. So I definitely agree with you in that. You like my earrings? Oh yeah. See, I've got what? They're connected. Cause I've got about how many holes I have? I have three holes in each ear. This one I don't have anything in there right now. But thank you. Which is the oldest language? Which is the oldest language in the world? Is the African language? I think. Is it African? Alchemy and chemistry are two different things most don't know. Ooh, yeah, that's so true. Belly is our second brain. I never heard it said in that way, but I like the way you reference it. Yeah, because we have like three main energy centers, and yeah, those are the three. Like people don't realize how important like the digestive system. Like I tell people that the link to there was a study that was done that the link to colon cancer was lack of sleep. And so, people don't realize that not getting enough sleep is not, you're not having enough time to digest the food in your stomach, and then you're eating late and then you're going to bed and you're not sleeping, so you know what I mean? So like they're both causing problems because you're not getting enough sleep to digest all the stuff in your body. But then you're eating too late and too heavy, so the body is making you sleepy. So then you're wanting to go to sleep, and you really should eat 3 hours before bedtime. So it's a whole thing. Like your body tells us so many things about us, but you have to be under the right trainings, under the right teachings, under the right coaches in order to learn this stuff. If you're my girl, I will give you the world. Thank you, Hassan. I had cancer at 18. Made me go down a rabbit hole of spirituality. Reading the Bible, Quran, Epic, wow, among others. Brought me to the conclusion religion is the finite mind doing its best. Wow. Well, I'm glad you're still with us, Q. That's a story. I'm going to have to bring you on and tell me about the story. To explain an infinite being, truth is one, paths are many. It is so much connected to brain and belly. Yes. Me, I don't look for nothing. I feel like I am the universe itself. I don't feel you that way. Say that again. Me, I don't look for nothing. You, for I feel like I am the universe itself. Don't you feel that word? I usually like I am God with like God is in me. Like back when I was in my religious days, I would feel like God was outside of me, right? Like he's all the way in heaven and I'm all the way down here, right? So it gave me a sense of I'm this big and he's that big and he's all the way out there. And so it wasn't until I left, and then once I left church like that, then I felt like God could talk to me because I spent so much time in church that I think I was bombarded by all of the things. And because I was very, very involved, it was hard for me to just sit and hear stuff. Like I'm telling you now, like all the awareness that I get and all the things that pop up for me, I had none of that. I didn't experience any of that until I left. And then it was almost like, I heard one time, like, if you want to hear from God, just be silent. Because then you hear him. If you're listening to, like, if I'm watching TV and I'm listening to a lot of audiobooks, I'm listening to a lot of stuff, everything gets cluttered, right? In your brain. But when you just like sit in silence, they call it silent sitting. I don't know if you've ever tried it. It's fantastic. It's like one of the hardest things you can ever do because we're so inundated with stuff. But if you do silent sitting, no talking on the phone, no looking at your phone, no electronics, no computer, no radio, nothing but silence. Either you're writing or you're reading. You're not talking to anybody. You're not talking to yourself. Just silent sitting. All the things that come to your mind, and then if you just write them down, it's amazing. I try to do it like maybe when I remember, because I'm like, oh, because I'll talk to myself from time to time, but oh, Asia, quiet, quiet, shush, just listen. So, but if you do silent sitting, I would try maybe like 3. If you can try it for like 2 to 3 hours, it's good. Okay. But yes, I agree with you. God is within us, right? And so now I have that experience. Now I feel like I am God, and I have a much closer connection. And it's like if I'm feeling stress, I have to turn inward. Whereas before I would, be like, he's like, he's not listening to me. He's like, no, he's here. He's with you. Like, y'all are one. Okay, me, da 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 da. We'll discuss. If you have lower back problems, work your abdominal core. You will not have lower back pain. Been in physical fitness my whole life. Survival of the fittest, mine is soul. Yes, I smile. Yes. Thank you for saying that. I love that. Know you are God within. Yes, Horn. Yes. Horn world be free. Yes. What's your horoscope and its compatibility? You know what? I feel like I knew you was gonna say he was a Leo. Oh Lord. Lord. If not sure, jot it down in your book of reserves. Cause what do you think I am before I tell you? That's right, Hassan. Yes, that's right, Hassan. What do you think I am if you are a Leo? Based on the way we talk. Hey, Ice Mouth. Taurus? What's this? Aries? No, I'm not a Aries. I am is Aries air? Is that air? Is that an air sign? Jesus said that too. I don't know why people have a problem with going within. Right. I am a Gemini. I am a Gemini. You got it. He's my boo. What do you mean, boo? I am. And that's why I feel like I'm so just I want to read, I want to learn, and I say that because there's 2 of me at all times, right? That's a lot of stuff. That's a lot to keep up with. So we have to keep ourselves busy. So that's why we do, we read, we meditate, we walk, we do things. We have to continue to keep, these 2 minds, on one accord. Mm-hmm. Oh, goodness. Ice Mob, you are hilarious. I accidentally deleted it, I think. I didn't do it on purpose. Okay, sorry, type error and type no, but it can't. You know our fingers, right? You be trying to type and you be like, oh my gosh, why is it doing that? Okay, yeah. No worries, no worries. All right. I am at 30%. I'm going to stand for like 2 more minutes and I got to get off of here. Because I got my call at 3 a.m. I am doing a Make Cash Challenge, which I've been taking a lot of notes, but I have not been doing the effort in calling. And, so I got to do that. Gemini is 6. Yes. 6 months. Yes. I'm in between. And I feel like Gemini is, so I like to say that I am my first, I'm twins, right? So I am January through May is the first twin, and the second twin is July through December. And so what most people don't realize is July through December is the spicy ones. That's why I like to call it spicy. because they're very emotional. And the ones from from January to May are very analytical. So that's where they're very data driven, right? They're very like methodical in their thinking, more so left brainer type. And then the ones on the other end are very emotional, very spicy. The ones who want to fight you and pop off. And then Leos think that they rule the world. They think that they are, literally God's gift to earth. 30% will give you $2. Always read Leo's make. Is that true? Is that true? I've dated a lot of Leos. Like, I don't know. Y'all always find me. I promise you. Y'all be looking for Geminis. I promise you that. Because they always find me. I'd be like, no, no. Okay. What you think about Virgo? You mean Virgo? Virgo? I don't think I've dated a lot of Virgos. Virgo is September. I'm not dating a lot of Virgos. I don't know. A lot of Leos. Let's keep a good thing. Leos are fun. I'm not gonna lie. Leos are a lot of fun. But at the end of the day, fun has to go somewhere, right? We have to ascend, right? And we can't just talk about things, but we have to actually put things into action. And so that's what I find, that action part, it lacks a little bit. Like, it maybe in the things that they're trying to do, but if I'm trying to do something with them, that doesn't go anywhere. The things that they want to do for themselves, they'll continue to do. But so, okay. Hey 50K. You caught us on the last couple minutes. I'm gonna jump off here in a little bit. How about Aries? So Aries, I don't know that I've met a lot of Aries, or I haven't dated a lot of Aries. I'm gonna get back out there. I promise. I am. Maybe springish. Spring, I think. I just need another, you know what I mean? Because I'm learning a lot about men. So I have to make sure that I'm analyzing. It can't just be feelings, right? It can't just be like, oh, I like him. We have to it's a filter. We have to filter now. Okay. You said oh, thank you, Hassan. Okay. What's your moon and rising, sun, Leo? And see, now you're getting out I have to go back and look. I don't know them verbatim because I got to remember the exact time that I was born. And I thought it was on my birth certificate, but when I got my new one about 10, 15 years ago, about 20 years ago now, it's not on there. The time's not on there. So I have to ask my mom, but I don't know if she knows. I'll ask my dad, see if he knows. Okay. What are you learning about men? I'm not telling, because if I tell you, then I'll give it away. Nope. Hey, Junior. Hey, Junior. It was another question that I was going to answer, but I don't remember what it was. I don't remember. Dang it. Okay. Yeah. What has your dad taught you about men? Daddy has been very... That's a good question. I'll tell you tomorrow. Hi, Junior from Jamaica. How are you? What does that mean, Ice Mouth? He's not here. Hey, Gavin. Where have you been? Are you new here, Gavin? Make sure y'all are liking and subscribing. I've lately been going live every night. It's been kind of late, like around 11, 12-ish. Just hopping on and saying hello and seeing everybody. I'm trying to get to that 4,000 watch hours? I'm thinking of. Yeah. Gavin's here now, another hour. No, no, no. I gotta get off of here. It's been over an hour. Okay. Oh, that was a question. Okay, thank you for that's what reminded me. So I am doing a make cash challenge that is taking place. The gentleman is actually in London. He talks about money, finances, crypto, all kinds of stuff. He started his business in property, and so he grew from property and he started selling. Thank you, Aysia Smiles, for subscribing. Thank you so much. Oh, Gavin been here. Oh, so you just haven't been talking, Gavin. That's what it was. You haven't been in the chat. I see. Hey, 50K. Men are upside down in the head and women are upright in the head, but just can't get right. I feel you on that. I can see that. Yeah. It's like we want the same things in different ways. Like women are very what he does for you, and then men are like how he feels about you. But the delivery is off. He day trades. No, not necessarily day trading. But he has like I can't remember the amount of properties he had. He has like a few different businesses. But anyway, he does this make cash challenge every maybe every like twice a year or something like that. And this particular one, I've used like I've seen him and I've watched him, but I'm always catching him on replay. I've never seen him live. But I like the way his delivery is because every day he teaches you something. And then he wants you to implement it. So yesterday he talked about the FMO, which stands for Founding Member Offer. So basically you have an offer that you pitched to everybody and say, hey, this is the very first one, because the very first one is like an introductory offer. I'm giving it to you at this price, and then you can, then you tell them what the offer is. You tell them what the normal price is, but because it's new, because it's brand new, I'm giving you at this rate, which is a highly discounted rate, and then then you go through all the things. So I'm just it's just good. It's just really good information. And then the day before that, he talks about giving whatever you have in your house. Now, because I just moved out of my house, I couldn't really do that one. But he was like, a lot of people have a lot of stuff. A lot of people have yes, Q. And so his name is Rob Moore. He said a lot of people have a lot of stuff in their house that accumulates. He was like twice a year he sells that stuff, and he has half of his family or his sister put it online or whatever, sells it, and they split the profits. Well, because I just moved, I don't really have the house to do that now, but that was the thing. Good night, awesome. And so that's what he was telling us to do, like yesterday, find anything in your house that you need to sell, books, whether it is, clothes, whatever you haven't used in a while, sell it, be able to recoup some funds that way, So this is really interesting. You have any idea of what we'd create? Move over. Yes, I love Alex Hormozy. Alex Hormozy is good too. I bought in 3 of his books. That one book is very heavy. The 100 million leads? I think I have 100 million offers, 100 million leads. I think I have both. I think you have 3, right? I think it's 3. I don't know. I put him down for a little minute because I was like, he's very good, and he has acquisition.com, and he's, scaling from 3 million above, but I was like, I need to give me a minute, let me get my bearings together first, because I think initially I was reading so far ahead, like if you're trying to be in college and you're in 5th grade trying to read college stuff, you're getting it's too much for you right at that time. You know what I mean? So like when I started into all this, I was like, let's go straight to the top. But the top is you don't have enough experience to learn and understand all the stuff at the top. So you have to kind of come on down and get some more training. So I have like 3 different coaches that I study under, and so I'm always listening, learning, reading, always staying in the high vibration of always energy, all that stuff. Positivity. Because it's easy to get distracted and come right back down, and people don't realize how much energy that they give off. And so, because I think I am an empath, very much so, I'm very mindful of my energy, how much I'm exuding, how much I'm giving to others, but also what I'm taking from them as well. It's very easy to get caught up in somebody else's bad vibes, unless you go in knowing, hey, I'm giving you half my energy so I can bring you up. Otherwise, if they're in a state that's already down, it's just going to take you down. And so, lesson learned. Oh, I gotta get off here. All right, I am going to bed. All right, Q is right. Awesome. You see it. You see it. Huh. Thank you so much, Hassan. Thank you. Okay. All right. Love y'all.